Zombie Madhouse.
In your face.
There we go.
Feels good to finally get that one out.
I've been holding it in.
I know.
Now we can get on with the show.
Yes.
Now we can get on.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So, actually, what are we going to do for the show? Because we can't do our normal format.
No.
We're going to have to switch things up a little bit. If you are familiar with the podcast, you know exactly what we're talking about and how we go about things. So we're going to try something a little different.
Yeah.
Yes. No top 5, no DVDs.
Yeah, well, we'll keep the news to a minimum if it's topic specific.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And our topic today?
Our topic today is the Rob Zombie franchise.
That's right.
Zombie.
Yeah, well, he said it is the season that this is being recorded, and it seems about appropriate to talk about.
Definitely.
Considering his biggest movies are of the October genre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they said, and his self-professed love, absolute love of the horror movie genre
Especially the classic style.
Oh yeah. He said his shooting style reflects that a lot, especially in his newest, The Lords of Salem.
Yeah.
I watched that on DVD, Blu-ray, and his shooting style. It's got a nice grain to it, and it actually feels a lot like some of that older Hammer style Universal.
You mentioned previously that kind of the grindhouse feel.
Yeah.
So
I
I haven't checked it out yet. So
I recommend it. It's a fun movie to watch, especially for like if you're going to get everybody together for a Halloween party and you want to watch a good movie, like in that line. I think The Lords of Salem, his takes on Halloween, rank right up there as well.
Absolutely, especially the first one.
Yes,
Especially.
and then we may as well go right back to the beginning. His very first movie that he did was the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Starring a young Chris Hardwick.
Oh, I know. He said,
Mr. Nerdist himself.
Jesus, what? He scared me.
Tis
Yeah.
the season
Yeah,
for
just to
scaring.
see this.
Even in the TV version, Rob's got the soundboard.
Well, we gotta.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that one lies.
Yeah.
That says group of men laughing. It is so not a group.
No.
All right, so for the House of a Thousand Corpses, we had
Who played one of the female leads in that? What's her name? Sherry something or brother?
Sherry Moon was
Sherry
in
Moon.
that.
Yeah. It's very up and coming. Yeah.
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 There's always a speculation as to how she got
Yeah.
that job.
Don't know.
But
Yeah,
No.
it's a tough call considering in the next movie her name was Sherry Moon Zombie.
Yeah.
well,
So-
it's actually listed as Sherry Moon Zombie as in the credits.
In the first one?
In the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
that's because her IMDb page probably has her married
Updated.
name, so all her credits get changed to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's possible too. Baby as
But-
Baby as Sherry Moon. Oh, okay. It's originally Baby as Sherry Moon. So there it is, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when this one first came out, what did everybody think of House of a Thousand Corpses?
I remember watching it and loving it.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It did get a little too, for lack of a better term, trippy for me at some points. Primarily because I wasn't used to that. I really did not have any idea what I was getting into to see that movie.
Well, okay. To say you're not used to a trippy Rob Zombie venture, have you never seen any of his videos?
No, not really. I'm not. I'm not a fan of a lot of his music. I've like a few of his songs, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many of his videos.
Well, okay. You said his video work is definitely a springboard into his movie style.
Oh, yeah.
And when he was bringing House of a Thousand Corpses up, that was everybody's going. Well, he said he can't direct. He just he can only do music videos. And I think House of a Thousand Corpses changed a lot of people's minds.
It
Well,
showed
he
he's
definitely
actually
slowed back his music career because of that, didn't he?
not so much.
No?
They said
No.
he hasn't really done a lot of releasing lately of music, but it didn't hurt his touring.
Oh, and he still does composing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh.
you'll see him in movies.
Oh yeah,
But-
his IMDb page just for soundtrack credits is long.
Yeah.
He said his body work as a musician from White Zombie and Rob Zombie is just there's a lot of people can pull a lot of stuff out of that. So I can see where a lot of people go, well, his music has suffered from it. I said, I don't think so. His body of work as a musician is still relevant today.
Honestly, I think his his music has actually been increased because of his notoriety now as a director.
Yeah, his
People
Probably.
are seeing these and they're going, "Whoa,
Little bit more.
he was
Yeah.
an artist. I got to check this out."
Yeah.
He said it has expanded his
And-
scope, I guess you could call it.
And I will say that watching House of a Thousand Corpses, that's the first movie I watched that really took that really dark, twisty, like psychotic twist.
Yeah.
Now again, as we know, I'm not a big horror guy,
No.
but I had up to that point I'd never seen anything that dark and twisted. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some different.
it was somewhat of a shock to my system. So.
Yeah, so nobody's really, I think, seen a movie like that up until that point in time. And he said he pushed an envelope with the visceral feel of that movie, and like you actually felt the danger that the characters were in at every step of the way, because they were in danger every
Yes.
step of the way that
And
they started.
It did have that, a horror twist at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well-
which I don't know. Did you see that coming? Really? And
Not
I
so
as I
much.
recall, I didn't. So
No, I think like I said, everybody went into that with fresh eyes. They weren't really expecting anything.
Didn't know
And-
what to expect.
No, and then it dropped, and everybody's going, "Whoa!" Everybody got their hair blown back, and
Not me.
oh well, you might have at one point in time.
Maybe.
one guy in the movie didn't he get his scalp removed?
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I stand corrected.
Yeah. All right. So then we leave.
Oh, wait. There's a little tidbit about that movie.
Oh,
The house in that movie was already in a movie before that.
Really?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Oh.
Best little whorehouse in Texas.
Oh, that was the chicken ranch.
That was the chicken ranch.
How did I not know that?
And it was being filmed on the Universal lot, and they refused to stop tours because you can do the tram tour, and
Oh,
see all these
jeez.
things. So it kept delaying the
Nice.
shootings.
Wow, that's great.
I did not know that.
No, neither did I. And
I
that
love stuff like that.
wow really makes me.
But yeah, then you
Reminiscent.
jump to the second one.
Yep.
Devil's Rejects.
That was
I
so
liked
much.
it better than House of
Yeah,
Thousand
I
Corpses.
think he said he had an idea where his characters were and what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to end that story with those characters. And when he started up for lack of a better term, a on the run, like a police chase one. And what I liked about that movie was at the very end, they switched the heat, and you actually started to feel sympathy for the family,
Yep.
the Firefly family. And that was some brilliant writing
Now-
right there.
They changed the Mama Firefly character, the actress playing her,
Yes, they did.
between House and Devil's Rejects.
Yes,
because in Rejects, it's what's her name, Leslie Easterbrook, who was known. I can't remember her name now, but she was the blonde, big boobed
Yeah.
cop in Police Academy.
Yeah, Leslie Easterbrook played Mama Firefly in The
Devil's
Devil's
Rejects.
Rejects.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because for some reason that really got me. I'm like, no way,
Yeah, yeah.
because Police Academy was like huge for me growing up.
Yeah. So they had they kept a lot of the cast as well. They kept the core.
Yeah.
And they said other than not Tiny, the big brother.
Otis?
Not Otis.
What the heck did they call him?
Wow, we suck.
Well, you look it up. I'm just going to bring up a fact. Nepotism, live and well in a Rob Zombie movie,
No way.
other than his wife. Sherry Moon Zombie's brother is actually in that movie.
Oh, really?
He was on the set as a visitor, and he ends up playing one of the cops in the opening shootout.
Oh, wow.
Because Rob Zombie knew how to handle firearms and threw him in there.
Cool.
Yeah, did you find it yet?
No.
Oh, come on, dude. I stalled.
That's enough out of you.
So it wasn't
Man.
Tiny?
Nope.
Because Tiny, the original Tiny, passed away after House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
Because they had a memoriam thing to him after the credits or something.
Yeah. No, not Gary Ober. Goober. Keep talking.
I-
Keep talking. Rufus.
Rufus.
I remember.
Yeah, he was the guy that he was the one that slapped on all the armor at the House of 1,000 Corpses.
Oh, okay.
Or, no, the Devil's Rejects when they had the big shootout with all the police.
Okay.
And he was the one that
Oh yes.
he kicked the door down and then he got gunned down.
Okay, yes. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
See what really got me with Devil's Rejects, like the story moved well, and yeah, like you said, you start to actually root for the Firefly family in the end.
Yeah.
But but that movie over House had that gritty look to it. That was the first one that he really got that dirty feel.
It was
in the
so
visual.
much tighter, like editing and everything. It pulled together so much more than the first one.
He learned so much from shooting House of 1,000 Corpses and then taking that to Devil's Rejects. Yeah, and he just keeps getting better and better behind the camera. The more he does it, the better he gets. Obviously, that's the way a lot of I can't say a lot of directors, but
It's the way it should be.
Yeah, the competent directors get better when they shoot more. So,
yeah.
So
naturally, you're going to learn your craft a little bit better. You're going to learn those tricks of the trade, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then the next one he did, Grindhouse.
Yes, the fake trailer for
Werewolf Women of the SS.
Yep.
See,
Where's that movie?
yeah, it said Machete gets all the love from the Grindhouse trailers, but I that Werewolf Women of the SS that's if that doesn't scream Grindhouse.
What do you mean, all the love? What? You never saw Hobo with a shotgun?
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a trailer.
No, you never saw the movie?
Yeah.
yeah.
I was trying to make a joke.
Well, it was a poor attempt because
Tell me you did not. Tell me you liked Hobo with a Shotgun.
I did.
Oh, I'm trying not to vomit.
A Canadian-produced movie.
I get that. Yeah, way to
why
go,
you
Canada.
hating
But
on
it
It
was
delivered exactly what it was supposed to deliver. Rutger
not for me,
Hauer
it didn't.
with a shotgun blowing away bad
It
guys.
didn't for me.
Oh,
It
and
didn't.
then you get Ricky from the Trailer Park Boys getting
I
whacked
chuckled
in the
at
first
that.
5 minutes of the show.
I chuckled at that, but
That's automatically 5 thumbs up.
I can't. No, I hated it. I hated it.
See, you got to look at the origins of that. That came from a
fan
short
trailer, yes.
a fan made short, and all of a sudden, somebody likes it so much they turn it into a feature length movie made in Canada, and you're hating on it.
I couldn't. It was too much. I couldn't.
Too much.
It was too much. That's when we'll have to agree to disagree on it.
I don't know, man.
No. That's what we got to do. All right.
So he moves on from the Werewolf Woman of the SS,
Which was pretty funny with the Nicolas Cage cameo
and
as
then
Fu Manchu.
To a brave movie to take on a remake of Halloween.
yeah, that's
John Carpenter's masterpiece. One of them.
yeah.
I say, especially for that one, you can take them separately because he did enough. He did a great homage, in my opinion. He did a great homage to the original, but his stands on its own as an instant classic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said he took his own spin on it, and
Well, he did what they were doing with that period. They were making those supernatural monsters real people.
yeah,
You know, they did it with Friday the 13th. Okay, they did too.
Yeah, they
The kid playing the young Michael Myers, he
yes.
was phenomenal.
yeah. Said you finally get to see the buildup of how Michael Myers came about, and that was the worst part about, not worst, but the better part of that storyline is you actually got to see Michael Myers develop to the point where
Well, you couldn't in the original
No.
because Michael was this supernatural
They just
thing.
dove right
He
into it.
never spoke.
Yeah, they just
You
dove
know?
into it.
Right. You couldn't show that history because then you'd have to make him a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what Rob Zombie did. Like Dag was amazing.
yeah.
You know, in the sanitarium there, but it made him human, and it was definitely not the case for the original.
No. Like I said, it was I liked it. It was good. I
Well-
said I don't. The rating, looking at it on IMDb, it says it's a 6-star movie. I think it got unfairly judged, I guess.
By the hardcore fans of
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, I'm a hardcore fan of the original, and I still love them. I have that up there in my collection. I love how he did the remake because, like I said, it made him a person. The original I loved for the supernatural aspect of it, like
Okay.
this.
Like I
entity.
said, you take them. You got to take them separately.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like even in the film, like Scout, who played Laurie Strode, she had a huge obstacle, with Jamie Lee Curtis. That was her breakout role.
Yeah.
How do you try and even compare to that?
Well, you said you can't, so you got to make it your own,
Exactly.
and you gotta take the ball that the coach is throwing in. She has to believe that Rob Zombie picked her to be that role for a reason. Rob saw something in her, and he goes, "This is my Jamie Lee Curtis," and she ran with it.
The part I liked, Danielle Harris is in this movie.
Danielle Harris. I should know that name.
She is the small girl from Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, yeah, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. She's basically Laurie Strode's daughter,
Okay.
right? And Michael comes back to try and kill her.
Okay.
She is in this movie as well.
really?
She plays Annie, one of Laurie's friends.
Okay.
Well, see, that's where I really like Rob Zombie's love of the horror movies. He'll do those callbacks, and he'll give you those little winks to the camera, I guess you can call them, because he loves that genre so much, and he respects it so much that he will give you everything. You're going, oh, I wonder if, and you'll finally there it is. So it's really good.
And dude,
God's getting mad.
I see.
one thing that got me is, and I'm pretty sure it was in the first one. I might be getting the two of them mixed up. He wanted not just a regular old stab or slicing or whatever, He wanted something a little different in some of the kills. And there was the one, I think it was a bouncer at the bar.
Okay.
So I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one. And the guy playing Michael was Tyler Mane.
Yeah.
A very large man who had a very brief run as a professional wrestler.
Yep.
And he came to him with this scene. Is like, okay, I need you to take him down, and it's got to be brutal. So what can you do? Chokeslam
Oh yeah.
onto gravel.
Well, even
And they didn't use a mat.
I think that
The
was
stuntman
second.
had to take it hard.
To be honest, I think that was the second. They did the same in the first when Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
Right? He's in this as Big Joe Grizzly
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
in the stall.
Yes.
That is legit.
Okay.
Because the two of them were standing there and we got no room. What are we going to do? And Ken's going, well, just smash my head off the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what they did.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that wasn't two that I'm thinking of, but it just looked brutal. Well, a guy that size, he didn't have a weapon on him.
Mm-hmm.
That it looked brutal. It worked, and it's a wrestling move, which a lot of people would say, "Oh, but it's cheesy. It's wrestling. That's fake." Blah blah blah. And that would hurt.
You can't fake gravity, and you can't fake gravel. So,
Oh, no.
Well, you can fake gravel, but you can't fake gravity. And they said if you're not gonna, if you're gonna take the shot and you're gonna pull the camera way back, you can't slide a crash pad under the actor because
Nope.
he's just got to. He can probably wear a little padding under his clothes or as best he can, but man, that guy's got to take that move.
Exactly. Physics
And-
are physics.
And the fact
Yeah.
that Zombie tried to use some realism,
Yeah.
it really adds another level to that movie.
Well, that's the whole thing. It made him human.
Yes.
And that, to me, that made it scarier.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's always been the scariest thing to me is not the monsters, not the supernatural, blah blah blah. The scariest stuff is what real people can do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and then he jumped into number 2.
Yeah. And the story continues.
And it was good, but for me, I did not like the spiritual aspect he took the story into.
You don't
The
think so?
whole mother as the whole white ghost thing, and that stuff. It really it left a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
You're going on about he made it real. Well, he
That
took
kind of
away
pulled
the
it
real.
away. You're absolutely right there. That was watching that. It's like maybe you should have left it alone.
And the fact that
Yeah.
that the mother was dead, to me, bringing her back in a spiritual sense like that was just almost felt like it was just an excuse to put Sherry back in the movie.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I gotta get my wife in here. What can I do?
Can't.
Uh-huh.
Well, it can also be saying this was all in Michael Myers' head. That part of his psychosis,
Which is what they were going for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you gotta suspend your disbelief a little bit, saying, okay, maybe it wasn't part of the spiritual aspect. Maybe it was more his psychosis. That was what was kind of projecting. That's what Michael was seeing, and you work on it like that. Take at it that.
Yeah,
take
but
that
it was it became too much of the movie.
Yeah, well, they said we're also talking about a gigantic dude that's
Yeah, but then it transferred to her.
well,
She was doing the same thing afterwards, and I realized they share some genetics, but that's where it really fell short for me.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, like I do like it just because, again, I'm a Halloween junkie. But the end of it, like originally Rob Zombie said he's not making a sequel.
yeah.
But then Universal decided, no, we're making a sequel. So he signed on because he's going, well, if anybody's going to screw it up, it's going to be me.
stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So you got to give them props for at least doing that.
Yeah, taking the bullet for the team, and
Yes.
And again, it wasn't bad.
No.
It was a different twist, and
With Rob
kinda
Zombie, like even the first two movies that he did, House and Devil's Rejects, there was passion behind it. You could
Yes.
tell he was into that story.
well, see, that was like I said, it was his launching pad for his career, and he had to knock it out of the park with those two movies, and he did.
yes, absolutely.
He almost like he created a new genre of the horror movie. It's just taking it in the direction of
I wouldn't say new genre, but he definitely breathed new life into the slasher flick.
Yeah, okay, well, we can go with that. So
Just wondering,
what's that?
the remake came out in 2009. Yeah, that was after Halloween.
You mean after H2O? Or
No. Don't talk about that.
no, I did. Sorry, I didn't understand what you meant.
Didn't I tell you I was a Halloween junkie? We don't talk about H2O.
It's not Fight Club. Jeez.
Everything after 4 is never happened.
It might be if you keep bringing up H2O.
I don't know. I say to take out 3.
Well, 3 had nothing to do
Exactly.
with it. Yeah. Season of the Witch, nothing at all.
Right.
No.
It's about a man that make masks that blow up.
Yep.
Yes. But yeah, Halloween came out in 2007, and Friday the 13th came out in 2009. So I think he did kind of start that humanizing of the...
Yep.
The bad guys.
Yeah.
I never saw the remake of Friday the 13th though. So
Not too bad.
really,
It's basically the first 3 movies.
I don't know. The fact I saw in the trailer that he was running, I was like, oh, I don't know, because Jason doesn't run.
Well, so, like,
see,
I'm a
that-
Jason. I don't run.
can't argue with that logic.
No, he said you can't go wrong with that.
No, how do you argue with that? But no, it's not bad because again, it's that human aspect. The first movie is in the credits.
Okay.
Okay, the whole my mom killed everybody.
Okay.
You know, she's beheaded.
All right.
Then the first half of the movie is basically Friday the 13th Part 2,
Okay.
and then the last half is 3, where he actually gets the hockey mask,
Okay.
right? Because in 2 he's got the bag over his head.
Right.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Oops.
He wears a hockey mask.
Damn it! I let that one out of the bag.
You spoil it. I never mind.
No. Back to Zombie. His next project.
The Haunted World of El Super Beasto.
That was a animated. Was it a short series?
Nope. Just a single.
Just a single.
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like a short series.
Felt like it.
It was very random. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And sadly, I have not seen that.
Oh, so
it's
much
a trip.
fun.
It's a trip. It's a very violent cartoon. It's very
Sexy
over the top,
cartoon.
very sexy, very reminiscent of kind of a Bakshi kind of type thing,
Yep.
Yeah.
but even more violent.
Oh yeah. He said it's got Paul Giamatti as Dr. Satan.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so his portrayal of
Oh.
Dr. Satan in that is just so freaking over the top. It's awesome.
Back to his roots there, because Dr. Satan's all through House of a Thousand
Absolutely.
Corpses.
Yep. Oh yeah, he was
Okay.
definitely touching on stuff he hinted at in other movies.
Yep.
So
Is it-
Okay.
Clint Howard. Yeah, Clint Howard was
Really?
yeah.
He's actually in something that Ron didn't do?
Yeah. Joe Cthulhu, he plays Joe Cthulhu in
Wow.
Joe Cthulhu.
I know, just looking at some of these names here, it's just like, oh, this is awesome.
After that, it looks like he did an episode of CSI Miami, and then a TV movie called Tom Papa.
Which is the guy who did the lead of El Super Bisto.
Gotcha. Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then we're up to Lord Salem.
Which
Lords of
only
Salem.
Mike has seen so
Yeah.
far. So
Yeah, I recommend it. I liked it. Again,
kind of fit the instant classic, do you think?
uh,
Just about?
instant classic is putting too much pressure on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
It is
A good Halloween watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a solid Halloween watch. It goes. It's not Exorcist by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
But it is a good. It's a good, fun Halloween watch. I would recommend it. Like you're having a Halloween party, throw it in.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to our first TV show.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Hopefully the first of many, but we'll be back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, and I guess that's the end of that.
That's it.
So for Mike,
And Rob,
And Jason.
we'll talk to you later.
see ya.